Are you thinking about starting your cleaning business or growing your cleaning business, but you're worried that you won't be able to find or keep great cleaners in your company? Well, you are in the right place. But first, play that intro. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mike Mack from the JanitorialEntrepreneur.com, and I help people start, grow, and automate wildly profitable office cleaning businesses. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to not only find great cleaners, but to keep great cleaners working for your company for years to come. And it's not about how much you pay. You're going to want to stick around for this one. But before we jump into that, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because I put out new videos just like this every single week, and you're not going to want to miss them. Also, as always, stick around to the very end because I put together a special bonus. This is a real special bonus, but you're going to have to stick around to the very end to see what that's all about. Now that all of that's out of the way, let's get into this week's video. Okay, so I'm making this video not only because of the questions in my group, but also in other cleaning groups and other cleaning forums. This seems to be the part of business where nobody is able to figure it out. Not nobody, of course, but the people in the groups who are struggling, it seems that like an overwhelming majority of them have this same problem. And that is finding great cleaners and keeping great cleaners. Now, a lot of people think it's all about what you pay. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that is absolute baloney, homie, because I'm making that very mistake. This is not my first cleaning business. My current cleaning business is independent in a small city. My first cleaning business was a franchise in a huge city, New York City, grossly overpopulated. And it did not matter what we were paying or what we could pay. We still could not find and keep great people. So that is why I'm really excited to share with you 3 tips that will make a huge impact day one. So let's get into these 3 tips. Tip number 1, creatively attract. Now, when you're looking for a job, you want to set yourself apart from all the other applicants. That makes sense, right? So why wouldn't the same be true for the employer or the business owner? Why wouldn't you want to set yourself apart? The answer is, of course you want to set yourself apart. But if you look at every other job you're competing with, how are you ever going to set yourself apart by saying, cleaning position, nighttime hours available, paying $13 per hour, call this number if interested? Who is that getting excited? And that is a major reason why so many cleaning businesses have this huge problem with finding great people and keeping them. There's nothing inspiring about that job post. Now, you may have a limiting belief that nobody's going to be inspired to work a cleaning job, and it's okay if you do, because I had that limiting belief even though I spent a lot of my teen years working a cleaning job. I actually liked what I did because it was part-time money, and I was pretty introverted when I was younger, so that was perfect for me. I didn't want to work a job where I was client-facing every day and I had to deal with people on the day-to-day. I just kind of wanted to be left to myself, so that's why it was a perfect job. So I was like, okay, so include that. Talk about, sell the job. Just like you'd want to sell your employer on potentially hiring you, it's the same thing. You want to sell cleaners on working with you. Now, like I said, it starts with the job post. Not only do you want to put language in there that's going to get your superstar cleaners excited to want to apply and work for you, but you also want to put in little things that are going to repel people. Like somebody who's lazy or somebody who thinks they're too good to be doing a cleaning job, that's fine. Put little things in there that when they read that, they're like, ugh, forget that job. Perfect. That's exactly how you want to do it, okay? So really make your job post come to life. Make it so different than everyone else's. When we did that, that was like a day one change for us. We started treating our recruiting process just like our dream client attraction process. Tip number 2, create your company culture. Now, after tip number 1, you may have been saying to yourself, okay, but how do I do this? How do I attract these people? Well, the biggest thing you need to do is create a culture, create a situation that people want to be a part of, right? And the way you can do that is by building a company culture. So now my company, a couple of things that really stick out that are really important to me is first of all, professionalism. But that could be a little bit boring, and that's not really the type of company I want to have. I don't want a corporate America feel, right? So to balance that out, it's also about having fun. So we make it a point to where like we're all goofballs. Like we make it a point to be professional, but also kind of goofy. So when we go and see cleaners, we're all goofing around and having a good time. So when we show up as the bosses, nobody's uptight and like, oh my God, they're here. They're gonna go check my work and I'm gonna lose my job. No, that's not the type of environment I want to create at all, because that's not something I would have thrived in. Okay, so I try to find people who, just like me, wanted to find the type of place where, yeah, it was professionalism, we took care of business, but it was also fun, and we were also cracking jokes and just having a good time, right? We were professional and we wore uniforms and we looked the part, but we're, again, like I said, we're also goofing around a little bit after the job's done. Little things like that. You begin to build a culture that's going to attract your type of person to you. More times than not, you're going to attract someone very similar to you, okay? So I hope you like yourself. Now you may say, how are you going to do that? But wait a minute, how do I build a company culture? How do I do that? What do I have fun and work hard? That's the culture? No, that's just an aspect of the culture that'll be attractive. The culture, and this is something for some reason nobody wants to tell you, because I was on the other side of this when I struggled and it felt like nobody wanted to tell me. Everyone was pushing me towards books that really wouldn't get me any closer. Let me break it down in a way that I wish it was breaking down to me. Your company culture is just your personality influencing the company. So your company culture is basically your company taking on your personality. That's it. That is it. Again, I really wish somebody would have told me that a long time ago, because I read a lot of branding books and marketing books and that wasn't there. They didn't tell me that, okay? It really is that though. It really is like your company takes on your personality. Now, I hope your personality isn't boring. No, I'm kidding. But whatever your personality is and that you take it on to your company is going to take that on, you're going to bring in people that are just like you. And that's a good thing, because who has time to deal with people that you don't like? Why would you want to deal with those people, okay? When you build a proper company culture that isn't J&B cleaning, we clean stuff, and like that's it, boring job post, hey, cleaning, this hour, this... Dude, you're going to be getting uninspired applicants. And those uninspired applicants are going to be uninspired cleaners. Okay? So you could avoid all of that by bringing in A-level people, by building a culture that they're going to want to be a part of. I hope that makes sense. Tip number 3, timing is everything. Now, just like everything else in life, timing is everything. Hiring your cleaners, there's no difference. Timing is key. Now you may say, okay, Mike, sounds good. I buy in. When do I clean? When's the time to hire my cleaners? The answer is before you need to hire your cleaners. Now I know that sounds so crazy, sounds so off the wall, sounds like it doesn't make any sense. Why am I gonna hire cleaners before I have jobs for them to clean? You wanna do that for a couple of reasons. One, you wanna build up your bench. Almost like, think of it like if you watch basketball or any type of sport. You have your starters, and then you have people ready to come off your bench. You have your sixth man, and you have you got people ready to go. Now, that's great for 2 reasons. One, we talk a lot about attraction on this channel. And one way you're not gonna attract is if you're desperate. Or you will attract, you're just gonna bring in people that you don't wanna bring in. Or you're gonna overlook red flags that you normally would have been like, I don't know if this is the type of job for you, my friend. But not only you start bringing these people in, but it's also going to be really motivated and exciting, because you're going to meet great people and you're going to be like, okay, in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to line something up. And then, you tell them like, hey, listen, I'll have you all set up in a couple of weeks. I just want to talk to more applicants. And in that time, you're going to be so juiced and motivated to to close on a couple of deals, to follow up a little bit more where you may have been a little bit too passive, a little bit too like let's see what happens. Like, no, you're excited. Now you have someone you know is going to do a great job, and you go find a dream client. And these dream clients, you want to let them know, like, we're going to take great care of you. Let's do it. Let's get on board. It is so motivated when you do things that way. It's another way to avoid terrible cleaners or terrible situations. You see it all the time where people feel like they're held captive and they have to do whatever their lousy cleaners want them to do. Keep giving pay raises and pay raises and pay raises, but the performance doesn't go up. If anything, it stays where it is, but they just think, oh, I just want to get paid more for the same exact job, even though I'm not bringing anything extra to the company. I hear those stories all the time, and it's absolutely terrible. And like I said, if you hire ahead, you get to be picky. You get to say, nah, you know what, thank you for your time, but not really a fit for kind of like what we're building here. Or even in a nicer way, just, thank you, we'll get back to you. And then maybe just write them an email, hey, not really for us. When you're hiring before you need to, you could be very patient and you could set your pace. You can take them through the process. Like, we have a very strict process of taking somebody from absolute stranger to trained up and becoming an absolute superstar, okay? And listen, the last thing you want, like I said before, is to come across desperate, because then that's how they know they got you. That's how they know it's like, listen, I could have lackluster cleaning performance, or I can miss days here and there. They need me after all, so whatever. No. You never want to put across that energy ever, because you will get taken advantage of, and you will be in a position where you have to sit there and lose client after client after client because your lousy cleaners are running the show. No, we don't do that. And that's why we hire ahead, and you will avoid that absolutely right out of the gate. It's something I wish I knew in the beginning. So make that change immediately. Okay, in conclusion, I hope this video brought you massive value, because this seems to be a sticking point with a lot of cleaning businesses out there, or it absolutely gets in the way of people actually starting because they're like, I don't know if that's a great business venture because you're not going to be able to find people. That is a crazy limiting belief that is absolutely not true. It's made up or becoming popular because there's so many people out there struggling. And the reason why they're struggling is because they're making these mistakes that we just covered in this video, all right? So do yourself a favor, implement these things on day one, and you will notice a massive shift in your hiring process. It'll be easy to not only find great cleaners, but to keep them for years to come. All right, it's bonus time. All right, this week's bonus is a masterclass that I put together recently. Seriously, to date, it's the best class that I've ever done. And I know it feels like I'm talking it up a little bit, but I really truly do believe that because of the feedback we're getting. And when you look at it, there's so much insight in there. There are so many mistakes that, like, if you're starting out or you're struggling to grow, check this masterclass out. It'll give you a roadmap around a lot of our pitfalls, okay? So check that out. If you're interested, it's the first link in the description. But that's it. That's all I got this week. Again, I hope you got massive value. I say that because I truly, that is my goal when I sit in front of this camera, is to, like, how do I really bring value that people will actually take away and they can apply it in their situation to get actual results. Okay, that is really my goal. So if you did like this video, do me a big favor. Help the channel out, give it a thumbs up. If you are still watching to this point, I super duper appreciate you. All right, but as of right now, I got nothing else to share with you, but I'll see you next week. Before I go though, if you have any questions about what was covered today, leave a comment below. Also leave a comment below if there's a particular video you want me to make, or if there's a specific issue maybe you're having in your cleaning business, or maybe you're having getting started. Leave that comment as well below and I will get back to you, all right? But I am done, I'm walking off. I'll see you on the next video. Boom.